Pow! There we go. On a Friday, a drink with Brink on a Friday. Why? Because my current guests couldn't do it on Sunday. So, and I like to accommodate the people who want to be on my show to promote their awesome books and their campaigns and their products, because often they invite me to their shows and I like to do something in return for this amazing community, guys. So yeah, okay. Usually I try to start every show with a little bit of news. I was thinking today, what can I tell people? A tiny little bit of news. I can't tell you anything about Perfect 10. We're still producing that, so you know. But maybe I have a little bit something. We are also producing a series called Power Trip, right? That's this series. It's a series with short stories. So we are now producing new short stories for issue 2. And I like to work with new people and new teams and new writers. So we are now working on a short story for this particular title. Let me show you guys. There we go. It's called The Phenomenals. It's Phenomenals. It's superhero stuff, because everything that I do is basically superhero, right? And this is just a promo picture, right? It will be drawn by Gilbert Monsanto, and it is written by Lee Byron Carver of the Company Men. He did a phenomenal job. So yeah, so this will be one of the new short stories. I can finally introduce this group of new heroes to you guys through Power Trip. So yeah, and this is also the last short story that we need for the second issue. And after this one, it is completed, and we can also bring that one into production. That's it, guys. So stop sharing. Just a little sneaky peeky. Okay, guys. So today's guest, it's a new guest, never been on my show before. I tried being on his show once, that failed. Then the second time I was there, and I had like 2 sentences that I spoke, and that was it. But it's always cool to watch his shows. I think most of you know him. Most of you know him, but no worries if you don't. I love introducing creators to you guys. So let's just bring them on. There are 2 guests, by the way. I forgot to tell you guys. 2 guests. Oh God. Let's just bring them on. Here are Mark and Vineet Kumar.
Hello, Dave.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, I'm very good. I just finished work for the week, so now it's the weekend. Going to be hitting that campaign trail like hard, starting here with our good friend Dave Brink, Critical Blast award-winning comic writer Dave Brink of Genuine Comics.
Okay, this is your show, right? So we're talking about Commie Mark, and we're talking about Vineet Kumar, and we're talking about your book. But first, usually, one of my first questions, because this is a drink with Brink, to both you guys, what are you drinking?
Water.
Water. That's always good, right? Water. And Mark is getting his drink now. So meanwhile, I'm going to say hi to the chat. We have Past Master Dan. Ahoy, me hearties. Past Master Dan. Welcome, welcome. Then we have Darkside is Comics. Welcome, Darkside. Nice to see you, man. Mike is here. Mike is always here, friend of the show.
Hello, Mike.
Then we have Aviation Novels, otherwise known as Ryu. Welcome, Ryu. How are you, man?
Hello.
Then we have Area Blackness. Area Blackness, hail from Sheffield.
Why are you in Sheffield, Aria? Aria is, of course, one of my CG UK brethrens or whatever. He's from Wales, so I'm not sure why he's in Sheffield. Like, he must be on a secret mission or something.
Yeah, maybe on a trip. Yeah.
Sheffield isn't somewhere that you go like on a trip.
No.
Like me saying, "Oh, should we nip out to Utrecht or whatever that city is called?" Like some nowhere place.
I don't know. Okay, it's the middle of nowhere, Sheffield. Right. By the way, Area, I'm not going to do the introduction anymore. The Area Blackness thing, because I see you, man. You come in, I do it for you, and then you disappear. I'm not going to do that again. Help, Commie out and back Krishna Kid. Yes, that's why we are here. Then we have Tony Horton. Hey, welcome, Tony Horton. Nice to see you, man. And the Sin Killer. The Sin Killer is here. Also, always killing sins and joining chats. Greetings, sinners. We're all sinners. Okay.
Not Vineet. He's an angel. It's very good, well-behaved boy.
It's a secret mission, says Area. Okay, guys. So what did you get to drink, Mark?
Oh, so I'm drinking a combination of Asti.
Asti?
Yeah, it's a sweet dessert wine. It tastes like what you thought champagne tasted like before you had champagne, mixed with Green Monster. Like it's my cocktail that I've invented. It's delicious. If you like Green Monster, it's delicious.
It's called the Commie Cocktail, or does it have a name?
I'm gonna call it a Molotov Martini.
That sounds good. That sounds great. Okay, guys.
What are you drinking, Dave?
I'm drinking Pepsi Max. That's my thing. I'm very boring. I'm very boring.
I was like, oh no, I better go and get like an alcoholic beverage.
No, sir.
Pepsi Max and water.
It's a little bit too early. Yeah. Anyway, so guys, I think before we start to talk about your book and about the campaign, let's talk a little bit about you guys. For people who don't know you and are watching now, how did you guys get into comics, for instance? So maybe Vineet, would you like to tell how you got into comic books?
Yeah, I would say it's more than an accident, a planned accident. Like, I was into drawing and everything and stuff, but I never did something like a comic book. It's totally different genre. And from my background, I am a fine artist. I do paintings and stuff, but this is something new. And I accidentally met Mark over the Instagram. Like
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
happened. Like I saw the image of Krishna over it, and I'm from India, so
Right.
uh, I thought like it's an image of Krishna, then let's have a chat. Like it's not something unusual. It's easy to get by when you get something Indian, like something native. So I messaged him that I'll do illustrations for you at reasonable rate, and Mark then messaged me, define reasonable. That's
Wow.
how we got into conversation,
Yes.
and I did an illustration work for him, and he said like if I'll do a complete book, then he'll give me work. Then I agreed to it because I was not having work as much as I wanted to, because in India surviving as an artist, and that too doing illustration, is quite difficult, because here the market is not so much. Like I myself have only read the Western comics and least known the native Indian comic books. Like it's it's not like in the West we have heroes, comic book heroes, anti-heroes, villains, and everything, different kind of genres of comics. But here we don't have. Like the comic, the word which you find in dictionary, it's about humor. And in school also, like I'm currently in my university, so in weeks we have comics class, and to them comics means you need to have fun. Like to them Batman is something they won't accept anymore.
Right.
Like
So did you say you have comic lessons? You have a school for
yeah.
comics?
um, in the university there are few weeks of illustration where the professors ask us to do illustration, and in illustration the comic book stuff is also there, but for a week or so, and in a year maybe a 2 weeks in a year maybe for comics.
Right. So most of what you do is self-taught.
Yeah, it's self-taught.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So you don't really have these action comics that we have here, right? So mostly humor. You said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mostly humor and the child stuff, like
Oh,
um the Richie Rich and that kind of stuff, like the kids can have.
Yeah. Like they used to have like a superhero comic books in India called Raj Comics. They have like maybe three recognizable characters, four at a push. Like but the company went bankrupt like in the 90s, maybe more recently, maybe in the 90s, I'm not sure. Um so yeah, like there's a big gaping hole like in the Indian market that's currently being filled by Western comics and bits of manga and stuff. But then these things are expensive, right, Vinny? Like to import and stuff. Like
right.
I know I sent Vinny some. So I said to Vinny, I was like, "Oh, who's your favorite superhero or whatever?" And he said Spider-Man. And I went to like a long box and I just flicked through and pulled out, you know, like any out of sequence books. Be like,
Yes.
oh, this is all right, I'll send that to Vinny. Like, and sent him a
Just a
whole bunch.
random one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like stuff that for me, for us, like, you know, we can buy in like the clearance bin at the comic shop, £5 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
But for him, like, it's, you know, that would cost £15 or whatever. So it's really nice to be able to do that. Like I'm getting a lot of satisfaction from being able to help Vinny. Like obviously, it's my dream to stay at home every day making comic books and hanging out with my family and stuff.
Right.
And the cost for me to do that is incredibly high. Like, but for Vineet, we can meet that number like quite comfortably in it, and that's exciting. Like that I can at least live the dream through Vineet. Like if I help him to get rich, then I'll also get rich. Like as a byproduct of that.
Right. So this means, getting back to the Spider-Man thing, that you have a collection
Yeah.
of comics, Mark, because you got into comics. You're making your own thing now, but you collected comics before. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I collected comics from when I was a child. Like so, my parents. So here in the UK we have like this child series, the Beano, like which at my age, like every child read that. It was like 50p. You know, you'd get £1 off your nan for your birthday. You'd buy a copy of the Beano, like whatever. Then I grew up, became a teenager, and started collecting like Captain Britain stuff, Avengers stuff, things like that. And then when I got to about 19, I got like a serious girlfriend. And then that kind of like took a back step for a while.
Yes.
You know, because it was kind of like a place to retreat to for escapism from being a loser that I didn't really need anymore because I wasn't a loser anymore. But now I'm back, so what does that say?
Right.
But no, you know how it is, like you sometimes drift out of things that you love, and then I found Comicsgate and it reignited my passion for reading books. But even then, before that, like I was still like I wrote Best Career before I came to Comicsgate. Like that's the book that I made that made me think, oh, I can make comic books. Like up until that point, like I'd been waiting for someone to give me permission to make comic books, you know, for a publisher to say, here's some money, go and make some comic books.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really feel like it was within the realms of possibility that I could just do that myself. Like and then I did that, I proved it to myself that I could, and then, you know, here we are. Like we've had this long sequence of events leading to right now with me here with Vineet with this dream Krishna Kid project.
Excellent. I saw Proper Comics. Hello daar.
Oh, hello.
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 Proper Comics. Welkom.
It's another one of my CG UK bros.
Really?
Creator of Merry Boys, and it like people should go and check that book out. Like if you're in the chat.
Oh, the Merry Boys.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yes, I know that. Awesome. Excellent. Okay, so I think you said that you got introduced to CG, and this kind of led you to the decision to make your own book.
So I'd already made a book before.
Oh, right.
And then I was in this position where it was like, oh, now I need people to read my book. And then...
But it was a comic book.
Yeah,
right?
Best Career. So I'd written Best Career on it. Like I didn't
Best
have
Career?
a cover. Yeah, Best Career is my first book, The Adventures of Kim-Il-sung and Best Career. Here is the original cover, like this book. It's like
right. Yes.
So what I did was, because I didn't have an artist, because I didn't have permission, I didn't have someone giving me money to go and make it. So I went and I got every photo that I could find of North Korean dictator Kim Il-sung. Yeah? Then I stitched all of the photos together into a new order to tell a new story in it, like, but only using existing images. Like, and it was really funny. Like, and people really liked it, and that was what made me believe, oh, not only can I make this stuff, but people like it as well.
Right. Yes. So you knew that you could write.
Mm-hmm. Like, and that was something that I'd always done anyway. Like, I just like writing stuff. Like, when I was a child, I'd write comic books. Like, you know, I spent a long time trying to write like a masterpiece Russian styled novel or whatever. Too hard.
Wow.
I really like the medium of comic books, like in that it's kind of unrestricted in what you can do. Like that, it's much like if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then like how many words is a comic book? Do you know what I mean? Like
right.
It's a lot.
Yes. Okay. So Vineet, you doing art was your job, or was it your side job?
It's actually only one thing that I've got, and I've I am planning to do it full time. Like actually, I'm now in university enrolled, and I'm doing Mark's work. And really, I want to pursue a career in it. Like I want to be an artist and illustrator, and
Right.
in future, I hope that we at Mark are both united and making this Krishna Kid universe as huge as the Marvel fan base. Like I suppose we can if we put years into it, like 10 or 20 years, we'll
Yes.
definitely get it.
Yes.
I
It
really
takes
like the
time.
place where you are sitting right now, like the comics and stuff, because as a kid, I always liked to have comics, but I couldn't. In any of the nearest stores, I couldn't buy them. So I always had a fascination that I should create because I'm not getting something, then I really like to draw it on the sheet. Like I'm not getting a bicycle to ride, like I would deliberately draw them 3 or 4 pages, and I'd be satisfied. Like I I'm seeing that. So if I cannot get a comic to read, like making my own gives me satisfaction that at least I'm in that part where I enjoy my art and enjoy the entertainment part of it.
Yes. Yes. So you like the story that Mark wrote?
Yes, it's absolutely his interpretation of what we have got here, but the story is really nice, the pacing, and for the modern audience, it will work just fine. Like the hero, antagonist, and protagonist stuff, like we have in the modern comics and the modern filmmaking what we have, like setting up heroes and villains and staging them up in a fight, and that too making it believable for people so that they connect. Mark is doing a great job in that, and in the book it's totally justified.
Right. So Vineet, this is the first comic that you're drawing, right? Because you usually made other things.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
find
the first comic,
right?
and like it's the first commercial stuff that I'm doing. Nothing I had done commercial before. Like I
Right.
had painted walls and stuff, doing artwork on walls, making paintings and things, but nothing like this. Like it's very new for me. I'm still getting used to it, still getting better at drawing, and you can confirm it to Mark that every page I sent, uh, when he allotted me the task to do, each pages were different,
Hmm.
and I was shocked myself too. Like, why is this happening? And the progress I made, but I have managed to give all the pages a look decent enough that Mark was happy, and to get the book out, like
And
not a mess.
like Vinny always says to me, "Oh, I'll get faster," and I keep saying, "Yeah, but you're also getting better." Like so, it cancels each other out. Like because you're gonna end up spending the same amount of time, like just doing it better than
Yes.
previously. Um, but yeah, and I want to add that Krishna Kid isn't the first book that Vinny has drawn. The first book is this one, the Duryodhana Purana, the one that
Oh,
he
one
drew as
second.
an audition, and you can see that it's already done. Like
Holy wow! A complete
so,
book.
yeah, this is just the prototype, like manga size version or whatever. Because I don't know about you, Dave, but every book that I've put out, as soon as I got like the copies, I was like, oh, look at all these mistakes that I didn't
Yes.
notice the first time. So now, as a rule, like I always order myself my own private like batch first, so I can go over it like properly and go through it. So that's this one. It only needs like a few edits, mostly commas and things need to be
Right.
added. Um, but
So
yeah, like that's ready to go pretty much.
do you work with an editor?
I got a lot of beta readers, like lots of people that are trust in the community to
A lot
help
of
me with
proofreaders.
that. Like yeah, is the answer. Like an editor would be a good idea, but we're on a super tight shoestring budget, like and we're still some distance off the goal. Um, but yeah,
Right.
it's fine. Lots of people helping. I'm not just counting on one or two people. Like lots of people have gone over it, and there'll still be some, because there always is.
All right. All right. Okay. So this is your campaign. the Krishna Kid, the Eye of the BRAHMA saga. 72 backers right now. You started 1 week ago. I think. Yeah,
that's right.
Yes.
Last Friday we launched, so it's been not quite a week. We're on 6 days and 22 hours or something like that.
yeah.
And we're over a third funded. What's it on now? 34, 35%, something like that.
Yes,
So
35%.
we're on track to fund before the end of the first 30 days. So I'm confident that we're going to get there. Like I send Vineet a message every few hours saying, "Oh, 28%," and then
Still nervous. Still nervous.
29%.
Yeah, exciting, huh? So imagine how far you would be right now if this campaign actually showed up in the campaign list, right? Because apparently it doesn't.
That's correct, yeah. It's Shadowbanned off of Indiegogo for a stupid reason that's my own fault. Like, I suspect if it's because of the reason that I think it is, then it's entirely my own fault. If it's because of it being a Hindu book or something to do with this campaign in particular, like I can't see any reason that they have any objection to this. Like, it has to be because of this dumb thing what I did before that was hilarious. But yeah, so I think that we would have an extra 20% maybe, like on top of this. Like I don't mean that we would be on 55%. I mean an extra 20% of 35%. So you know,
Sure.
we'd be on
Yes.
44% or something.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't done the maths.
So what is your theory? Why do you think you are this campaign is shadow banned?
Oh, okay. So on Not Daredevil, in Not Daredevil versus the Clan, on the
That's your
cover,
previous campaign.
yeah, he's fighting like a clansman on the cover, and they've got like little swastika patches on their shoulders or whatever because they're bad guys. And Indiegogo refused to release funds to me for the campaign because it had swastikas on, and they said that that was promoting hate symbols, and they made me cover them up. So I covered them all up with little Indiegogo logos, like because they were impeaching my free speech or whatever, like just a bit oppressive. So I did like a snarky comeback thing, and it like now it's come back to bite me in the ass, which is a recurring theme in my life. Like I'll often take a joke, make one joke too many. You don't know where the line is until you step over it, do you? Like, and then like, oh, I better back up a step or two from here.
So they now put you on the blacklist.
Exactly, on the naughty list, yeah. Well,
but that's a theory, right? You're not sure. You're just guessing right now.
Yeah, entirely. Like
Yeah.
the Indiegogo people have not been very like clear on why it's happening. Yes. The story keeps changing, like depending on who I'm speaking to. I'm on my third representative from Indiegogo now. Like and it's already going to have been a week, so going to miss out on the just launched category entirely. Like hopefully we can get it relisted or whatever before the end of the campaign, so we can at least get some benefit of it.
Yes. Well, it's good to know that you are communicating with Indiegogo. That at least maybe they can work it out for you. Is this your art, by the way, Vineet?
Frankly speaking, it's not my art. My art is little below.
Right.
Yeah, so that art is from the previous guy who had hired to draw the book, the guy who disappeared and still owes me pages. That's the guy that Vineet has replaced.
Okay, so you had a different artist, and he just vanished.
Yeah, he was 2 pages away from being done with issue 1, which at the time was 22 pages, like it's now 31 pages or something. He had 2 pages to go, and then he just disappeared and never spoke to me ever again. I sent him a message on Christmas Day saying Merry Christmas, like, because I knew that I would remember Christmas Day. You know, it's much easier to remember than July the 12th or something. And then 2 days later, messaged Vineet saying, "Here's I've got another book, this Gandhari book, like Princess Gandhari, this woman."
Yes.
I said, "Draw this book in before the draw this before the other guy hands in his 2 pages, and you can have the Krishna Kid job on it." And he did it. Like, here it is, like, done, almost ready to go.
Wow. So you have a complete
And
second
that
book.
that guy still hasn't even read his Merry Christmas message from me. So here we are with the book coming out now instead.
Well, this is your win, Vineet, right?
Yeah.
It's how these things go. So Vineet, did you need to draw the entire first issue from the beginning?
Yes, it's completely my version because the earlier one I didn't like it so much. The art was very stiff, and it felt sterile a bit. Like it didn't feel like they are alive. They're doing action. They're
Right.
talking and stuff. Like if you scroll up, can you scroll up?
Sure.
Yeah. If you see, like you can see, like both the characters are interacting. They are in fighting mode, but something is missing. Like the juice is not there. The art is there, but the juice of art is not there. They're in comic book look, but if you see carefully, like it's manga and anime inspired. That's what
Yes.
I'm ready to say. It's anime and manga inspired, but it's lacking the Indian touch because Brahma is just looking like a villain, and it's supposed to be a god, not a villain. He's just confused. Like I'm not here to spoil the book. Sorry, I'll
Ah,
not say much. Just about the picture. Like it's the picture is reading like a villain and hero image rather than the story point coming out from it. Like you can
yes.
see Krishna also. It's looking like a rip off Goku version. But if you scroll down the image, you'll find the art has changed a bit, and uh,
Further?
it's different. It's really different, and you can find it. Like it's little jolly. It's not too dark. It's little jolly in terms of the art too. Like Krishna is a really joyous person, so mm, I have utilized the maximum that I can in my art to make the art look a little bit jolly and friendly and not like attacking types like you see in rest of the
Right.
action books.
Right. You
Yeah.
made it your own.
Yeah,
Yes.
What Vinny has been really successful at adding the Indian flavor that was missing, like from the original, and that comes from his own experience. Like in issue 1, there's a scene where they go to a house, just a woman's house in the village, and the original artist had drawn like a kind of like a wooden cottage, you know, the kind of place that the three bears would live, like in Germany or something,
Yeah.
like and it just doesn't look like an Indian house in an
The
Indian village. But Vineet's an Indian boy from an Indian village, like
right.
he knows like what that stuff looks like. There was some that I was describing to him like one time, like an image that I had, and then he was like, "Oh, like this," and just picked up like some random like product, like I don't even know what it was, just like some, like, it wasn't toothpaste, but let's say toothpaste, like, and it just had like a sort of design on it. And he's like, "Yeah, like that," like it just he knows the stuff that I'm looking for in it because he lives that life. It's so helpful and useful.
Yeah, that
And
certainly helps. Yeah.
I think like
this, this is the art that I created. Like this is my Krishna.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. This is like the Indian Dragon Ball Z. You know.
that's like how I originally described the book when I was pitching it in the first place that I want to do to the Bhagavad Purana what Dragon Ball did to Journey to the West. You know, like they took a pre-existing thing and then gave it like this style and this cheekiness or whatever, and made a whole new thing. That's what we've done. I think we've done a good job of capturing both Krishna's awesome power and like his cheeky behavior and stuff. Like he's a really great character.
Yeah. Okay, let me go to the chat. I do not want to neglect our lovely chat. So sorry, guys. Let me see. Area says Miss Blackness was briefly listening in and asked if that was Mark speaking in an Indian accent. Sin Killer says the art is amazing. I agree, man. It looks fantastic. Let me see. Mike says the censorship is because of you, what you do, and who you associate with, Mark.
Saying it like I'm a like he's a domestic abuser, innit? Like
Yeah.
that's the.
What did you do? What did you do, Mark? Let me see if I missed something else. Proper Comic says, I prefer Vineet's art for sure.
Thank you so much.
And then we have Devil Flyer, Rex. Welcome, Rex.
Hello.
Welcome. Nice to see you, man. And then we have Sugar Chris. Sugar Chris is here.
Oh, hello. I haven't seen him for ages.
Hello, Chris. And Dr. I Know. On Shadowbanned Mark. Yes. Hashtag on Shadowbanned Mark.
It's
great.
Like it's disappointing because this is the best book that I've made. Like and I'm gonna have to work twice as hard to get people to see it, just to see it. Like
yes.
It's disappointing that the headline is Indiegogo Shadowbanned's excellent book instead of just excellent book. Like,
yes.
So. But it is what it is. Like we seem to be doing fine without the extra footfall. Like I'm confident we're still going to make it.
We will just all need to work a little bit harder. You're not alone, Mark. You have this entire network and entire community. We all want to see you succeed. So we will just share a little bit more. And by the way, how did you do this? Look at these moving pictures. This is phenomenal.
Yeah. So you know Von Klaus.
Yes.
He made his Monster MD trailer that uses this exact same thing.
Yes, he had problems also with Indiegogo.
I immediately messaged him, and I was like, "Okay, so I know how to like take layers, like and parallax them and stuff, so it looks. But how are you doing this thing where it goes around the like outside?" He showed me this app that's called CapCut. And like an AI just does it. You just load in the image and it does it. Like, and they look so great. I made an entire trailer out of it. Like, that's really great. You'll see that.
I didn't know this was possible with Indiegogo campaigns.
As well, there is more layers to it than that. So what that does is that makes a video like an MP4 file that I then have to turn into a GIF file, which I then have to host on KrishnaKid.com, that I then have to go into the HTML code of Indiegogo's campaign builder to like manually put it in. Wow. Basically, there's a lot of like hoops to jump through to do this. But I think that this is going to catch on. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone that I've seen who's does their own campaigns looks at these and they're like, "Oh, how do you do
man.
that?"
Because
the Indiegogo campaign builder is very, very basic. You can't even choose to change the color of the fonts. Like, and if you notice, right at the top of the campaign, it says Krishna Kid, the Eye of Brahma Saga in blue. Like, and I ran into the room with Billy Basco like I was Galileo, and I was like, Eureka, look at this, look at what I've done, look at this great breakthrough that I've made. And I show him, it's just one line and it says Krishna Kid in blue. I was like, think of the potential, like what does this mean that we can do? Like and then this is what we did with that.
Man, yeah, it's fantastic. The campaign page itself looks very, very original. It's like you see things moving. Besides that, the art looks great. Here, look at this also.
When I that's Marky. When I made Best Career, one of the things that people repeatedly said about that was like, oh, this is going to change like the way that people do campaigns, because it was really meta, like, and there was loads of like tiers and things that were funny. Like there was a burn a book tier, like where you could buy the book for $2 more than usual, and I would burn it like in my garden on the barbecue, like for them. Lots of great things like that. And
why?
I really liked the head pats that I got for that campaign, like because it's a whole thing. It was a long time ago, but it was really immersive. The campaign was, and you got to you read the entire campaign page, and you was like, well, this book must be great if the campaign is this funny. Like the book must be too. So I wanted to kind of recapture that and do something that people would be like, oh, I've never seen this on a campaign before, and I think I pulled that off.
Right. One thing also these texts here, man. Cool.
Yeah, so that's for Indian search engine optimizations. Like,
of course. Yeah.
So that Indian people can find it too.
Yes. One thing I thought I noticed with this campaign is that there aren't any sequential pages shown. Is that right?
That's correct. So we penciled out the first issue entirely, and because of the time constraint that we was under, I went through and I was like, okay, give me page 13, give me panel 2 off page 15, give me panel 5 off page 17. Like, just give, these are the images that I need to be able to build the campaign around.
Right.
Like, that was purely out of necessity. That's how it went down. Again.
Okay, so what we're seeing right here are panels.
Some of them are full pages, but mostly panels, yeah. Or 2/3, panels, yeah. Is the answer.
Wow. Oh, these colors also, man. Awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I give full credit to Vineet for. That I was very happy with the original colors, like that the old guy did. That I thought they were crisp, but Vineet was saying no, like it doesn't look Indian. Like let me Indian it a little bit, and now it really does. Like have that. Like you could see it next to.
That's how you do it, Vineet. It's your project now. So yeah. So Vineet, how many pages do you still need to draw for this book?
Krishna Kid is the issue 1 is fully drawn.
Oh, it's fully drawn. Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's fully drawn. I need to just refine it and color it. It's done.
So how many pages could you do per week or something?
Per week, if I'm not doing anything, like if I'm not having my college and stuff on that day, then I'll sit 8 to 10 hours around a day and complete 4 pages at least.
1 page per week.
4 pages a week.
4 pages. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Cool.
This book, the Duryodhana Purana, which was the first book that Vineet drew, he drew in 3 months and 2 weeks, and it's 31 pages. So do the maths. I don't know what that equals.
Yes.
Like and as well, we got to like page 8 of this or something, and then he was like, "I'm starting again." So it's getting faster, but also getting better. So about the same, I think it was going to take. And to answer the question, how many pages left for the collected edition? That's issue 1, issue 2, and issue 3, all combined. Each one is 30-ish pages. So the final thing will be over 90 pages.
Okay, so you started this campaign with 3 books. This is for 3 books.
Yeah, for issue 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Wow.
So you can either buy the collected edition that's just the Eye of BRAHMA saga, like in one book, or you can buy 3 floppies that all have these Indiegogo exclusive Matt Barr, Billy Basco wraparound covers, which are really beautiful. So.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, Mike. I misheard. Sorry, man. Okay. So Vineet, how do you draw? You draw traditionally, and then you color digitally, or how does the process go?
At first, like for Duryodhana Purana, I was doing it. First, I used to sketch something on the paper, and then take it into the computer, and then draw over it. And after a while, like after a week or 2, I was just having my grip nice over the digital thing, so I just switched completely to digital after that.
Okay, so everything is digital now. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we also have a few extra things here. This is the complete edition, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All 3 issues.
Yeah, in a lovely 90+ page, perfect bound graphic novel edition.
Yeah, it looks nice, man. And then you get some trading cards.
Yeah, so those are by another Indian artist, not by Vineet. They're by an Indian artist called Spondy. And he just has this style that I really liked. One of my favorite things about Krishna Kid and the 3 main characters is that they're designed in a way that they can translate to like any style, and their personality and stuff still comes through, like regardless of who's doing the interpreting. I credit that down to good character design.
Right.
So I really like to be like, oh, this guy, his art looks like this guy is like a Ben 10 artist. So it's nice to see him that kind of style. There's a character Vineet knows in the future, Kana, who's like one of the Indian heroes or whatever. I can't wait to see him in Bruce Timm style. But with us a couple of years away, you're gonna have to wait.
Yes. Spore Hacker is here. Konbanwa. Hello, Spore Hacker. Welcome, man. Oh, okay. So what is this?
Yeah, so that's the cover for issue 1. You can order issue 1 now, and you'll get it in a few months when it's ready. Whereas if you order the gold collected edition, you have to wait till issue 1, 2, and 3 are all done already.
Right.
So you can back that now, and then you'll get it real soon. Like one of the things,
beautiful.
You know how it is, Dave, when you back a campaign and you have to wait a long time for the product.
Yes.
I'm testing this idea of, how about if I offer you small, like bite-sized chunks? Like, will that satisfy you? Like, will that build hype for the next one? Like, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's a good model, but someone has to try it for us to find out.
Yeah. Well, it's basically the way that I do it with my single issues, right? It's always a gamble. You don't really know what people really respond to, but if possible, I would do it like you're doing it, like a complete story.
Yeah, because I wanted to do like a complete arc,
Yes.
and do like a whole saga in one, because I always think about, what if I die? Like, and it wasn't like finished. Do you know what I mean? And no,
Yes.
he would have to try and write the ending himself or whatever. Like, so I always want to. Every book that I've written ends in a place where if I died, you'd feel like, oh, that was a satisfactory ending,
Right.
like, to the universe.
Yes. Well, these are things you have to take into consideration, of course. Yeah. It's nice to see some inked work. This is the pencil work with the inks. Really
Yeah,
cool.
That's another Matt Barr. That's so Balrama, the green guy. He is the brother of Krishna. Krishna's older brother. Here he is running on the back of a snake, Asura. And
Yeah.
Asura is like a demon, I guess we would use in Western words, but it's not really the same. They're like a different race from the gods. There's a thing. And then there is Shiva the destroyer there, having a little chat with his snake mate.
Right. Oh, this is
That
What
one
is this?
just doesn't exist yet. Like it's not ready to show.
Oh, it's not ready yet. This is placeholder
A
for now.
placeholder, yes, correct.
Right. Manga variant cover.
Hmm.
Of course, 6 a.m. comic stickers.
Yeah, if you haven't got a 6 a.m. comic sticker, are you even comic skateboard? That's
Yes.
what I want to say.
Man, you have a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Guys, in the chat, the link to this campaign is in the description of this video. So you can easily access it and check it out. There's so much to see here. Oh, what is this?
So this is the book that Vineet drew, the Duryodhana Purana. Again, you can get it with an Indiegogo exclusive wraparound cover by Matt Barr and Billy Basco. This book is subtitled The Curse of the 100 Sons, and it's about this Indian princess who gets cursed to have 100 sons, one of them being the titular Duryodhana, who grows up to be like how do we put this, he's responsible for the giant civil war of all the kingdoms and all the heroes of Hinduism, like at the
Mark,
end of,
why don't you request Dave to see the trailer? He might get something out of it.
oh yeah, it's just a little bit further down here.
Yeah, I didn't see trailer up top. Otherwise, usually I start the show with a trailer, but I couldn't find it.
That's because I embedded the trailer in the campaign,
Here, right?
which was another thing that you can't usually do. It's only the trailer for the Duryodhana Purana as well.
Right. We have a question. We have a question for you guys from Spore Hacker. He asks, "Is the gold edition in American format or manga?"
It's in American. Even the manga editions read like front to back, it's just a size thing. On Best Career, I did some manga editions that are printed back to front, but it was logistically more difficult than I had anticipated to do. So this time, there's no danger of me printing it Korean manga style or whatever. It's just a size thing. It's a little bit cheaper because it costs me a little bit less to make because it's a little bit smaller.
Because of the size, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so do you guys want me to show the trailer?
Yes, please.
All right.
Like it.
Okay, then do we have the sound on? I'm not sure, man.
You can tell, on your little picture.
Can I tell?
Your little rectangle thing at the bottom. You see, I'm pointing to the 3 dots. So next to that, there should be like a microphone sign. If you've shared sound, and if not, no microphone sign, just 3 dots.
All right, let me just stop for a little bit.
Also, thank you, Spore Hacker. I'll make a note to include that on the campaign page. I would make a note. I can't find a fucking pen.
Okay, let's watch this.
The first time I laid eyes on Princess Gandhari, such a sweet and innocent little little girl. I had no idea what destiny had planned for her. And neither did she.
Ooh, coolness.
Yeah, it's good, eh? So the Duryodhana Purana is tonally the opposite to Krishna Kid. You have to understand Krishna Kid is about action and adventure and the power of friendship and isn't love magic or whatever. But the Duryodhana Purana is a tragedy. It's about the breaking of a woman, like about the soul crushing torment that she goes through or whatever. It's really great. Right. Not the torture, but you know what I mean. It's a really great story, and I'm excited to retell it.
Yeah, a lot to see. Let's go to your perks. What you are offering here. I'm in contact with Indiegogo support also about this campaign because I am trying to back it, and for some reason I cannot. I get this error message, and I have no idea what is going on. So I hope they can fix it.
Strange, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
anyway, so the gold edition for 21 euros. I'm with euros. Yes. So. Yeah.
I think that the euro is about equal to the dollar at the moment. So
yeah. So this is the complete book. So you really want this one, guys. I think people want this one. This is the complete story, right?
Mm-hmm. The only thing with that one is obviously you have to wait till it's done. Like yes. If you want a dribble of stuff, like as it's done, then there's some other options for you.
So, but does it mean, right, that if you back issue 1 right now, how do you get the second and the third issue once this campaign is over?
So there's tiers for all of them. Like if you scroll down, the next one is for issue 2, and then there's the one for issue 3. Obviously, if you was to click on issue 3, you can back order issue 2 and 1.
Right.
So each one of these tiers has its own add-ons set up, which will include everything that will be available when that thing is ready. So what I would suggest is that people go and back the Duryodhana Purana first, because theoretically you could get that on day 61 of the campaign or whatever, assuming they have funds. That will be almost instant fulfillment on that book. And then you can order the collected edition separately or get them individually or get everything all together, however you want. I don't mind.
Right. Spore Hacker says I was hesitant to back due to that error. Yeah, Spore Hacker is also from the Netherlands. I'm not sure if he experienced the same problem.
The same error as you, he means. I thought it was on about that I didn't include that it was US sized or whatever.
Oh right. Oh, was that it? Yeah. Mike says I have a couple of questions, sir. Well, sure. Throw them in the chat. And Past Master Dan says keeping a man from eating is horrible karma. Okay, guys, you have the digital version.
Again, that's the whole thing. You'll have to wait till the whole thing's done to get it. I have a policy of releasing the PDFs after all of the books have been sent rather than before. Okay. I know a lot of people do that before.
Yes.
But I think that the people who paid for the physicals should get them first,
right?
because they've paid more, and also it's much harder for the physical people to share spoilers. That could potentially ruin it for people who actually backed it. Particularly in this book, there is one panel on one page that was one of the main inspirations for this entire book, was like to do this one panel. And it would break my heart if that leaked before people,
Yes,
before they got to the page turn and turn the page and like a hit by this really visceral image that it's really something.
yeah. Also, I gotta say that your prices are very, very reasonable. It's you get a lot for.
Yeah, well, the individual issues are only 30 plus pages each.
Yes.
All of my previous books have been 30 something pages. This is pretty consistent price. Right now as well, the pound is at its weakest for a while. So you're going to get the best price
Yes.
if you back sooner rather than later. It's only a matter of time before Biden does something that's going to affect it back in the other direction.
Right. Yes, but you have many campaigns where you have like the average is like $25 for 48 pages, right? You have like 90 pages for 21 euros. That's
Well, that was supposed to be $25, but because of the exchange rate, it's currently at $21.
all right. Yes.
Like,
Yes. Okay, guys. We have some questions. We have a question from Mike. Vineet, you painted as an artist before illustrating. What type of paint did you use?
All traditional media, the watercolors, gouache, acrylics, and everything that you can find it on paper. All
Right.
paintings too I did.
Yeah, you experimented with everything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 12 years to get into the painting thing. I spent my 12 years in art.
Yes. Mark, only asking, not out of urgency. Do you have an ETA for issue number 1 or issues after that?
So my plan is for issue 1 to arrive around Christmas, maybe early January, and then for the 3 books to be like at 6-month intervals, like after that. I think we made this book in 3 months and 2 weeks. It is black and white, like so it can give some extra time towards coloring, but I think that it's quite achievable. Like Vineet's very reliable in that I will say to him, "Oh, Vin, can you draw me this?" And then a day or 2 later, like I have the thing that I asked for, like which is what I've always needed. Like is a real gift from God or whatever in that sense. Like is really helping me push what we're doing like to the next level. Because before, I was just like hacking comic books, is making memes and stuff into comic books. Like now, we've gone up a level. We're making proper comics.
Yeah, you're almost a real comic book creator, man. Yeah, and Vineet is the perfect man for this job. So yeah. Okay, guys, let me give it a little refresh. You never know. Sometimes we manage to give it a little Brink boost, as people call it. You have now 72 backers. Let's hope you get a new one. Let's just see. 73.
Oh,
Yeah.
huzzah!
73.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
Yes.
That's great.
Excellent.
Thank you very much to that person. Thank you to you as well, Dave. So that puts us on 30 something else percent. What is it? I can't quite see.
36.
36. Yeah, so that's good. We're still like on track for where I hoped. I wrote this massive calculator, like that did all of the maths. It's how I got this very specific fixed goal number. Like, and we're tracking a little behind where I hoped we'd be because of the shadow ban, but still like on course to make it. We need like another 127 backers. I think that 204 backers is the number that we need specifically. But 200 should do it. And we're ticking there. We've got time.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Sportbacker was the backer. Thank you very much.
You're a
We should
hero.
call you Sportbacker. So yeah. Awesome, guys. Yeah, you have a pretty high goal on average, but and it's fixed also, so it's to add to the excitement, you know.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. Like
Yes.
we have win.
It's zero or either one.
Pardon?
Either zero. It's either 0 or 1. Nothing in between.
It's binary 0 or 1. Yeah, that's
This
the
is
option.
true, man. This is true.
But I believe that so Dave, you've done campaigns before. Do you set like the target at 500, or do you set like a more realistic target?
I set it higher. I never set it to the amount I actually need. So you have the goal that I put on the campaign, and then I have the actual goal that I'm going for, you know. But because every time you reach the goal, you get this little boost. So yeah, that's basically the entire trickery of it.
So I have found on my previous books that when we're on, say, day 42, we're in the low part of the campaign, and you know, you look and you're already 1,200% funded.
Right.
Like that's, I'm not going to be in that situation. Like on day 42, it's still going to be like, oh, we still need $2,000 more. Like, I'm still going to be out like on the campaign and it, like pushing it as hard as I can. And yeah, I think that's going to bring excitement, especially if it's close. Do you know what I mean? Like on the last day, it's like 200 left, and then people start like, oh, I'll do a thing, like just by, do you know what I mean? Like we see that sometimes. Like, I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully it funds in the first 30 days, which, you know, it's tracking to do. Like, which would be incredible. Like, it's just a smidge short of being a 5-figure book. Like, that would be great. That's the first time that I'll have pulled that off.
Okay, I really hope that Indiegogo can solve this for you. This bullshit. Odin Dasco is here. Hello, gentlemen. Just backed the Duryodhana Purana perk. Woo! Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I have to do it twice. Sorry, guys.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
Woo! Yes. Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Did I miss something? Pops is here. Welcome, Pops.
Hello.
Nice to see you, man. Pops, get Mark on your show. Let's give him a little help. Vineet and Mark, is there something before we close off? Is there something we need to know about the campaign before we end it?
I think that we've basically covered everything. My main thing that I would say is go and follow Vineet on Twitter. Like, he's still very innocent and unbroken into the ways of Comicsgate. Like, and I don't know if you've ever tried to explain Comicsgate to a non-Comicsgate person. It's too hard. There's too
Yes.
much. I just have to throw him into the deep end, like, and pray.
It comes with this entire lore and backstory. It's yeah, you can't do it.
You have to go. Okay, so there's this one guy. Now, one time he said this other thing about this other guy. That guy was like, it's like his book. Like, it's a long mess.
Okay, guys. Chat. I want to remind. First off, please back this. Please share it. Tell everyone about the Krishna Kid. Right? These guys need all the help they can get. And then I like to remind everyone that you can still back Perfect 10 issue 3 and Crossworlds. We are now working on the last 2 pages, and then the entire book is finished and it goes to the printer and everyone gets the books. And while we are finishing it, people can still back it. So get on this, guys, and then you can sign up for American Bliss Father's Pride. The art will be done the end of September, and then we can start putting the entire book together. So yeah, okay.
Cool.
Mark,
Congratulations. I said that's really cool. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, man. If people want to follow you, COMMI Mark, where can they find you?
Oh, just type COMMI Mark into Google. I'm called COMMI Mark on everything.
Sure. Okay.
Just put
Vineet?
a 3 for an E. That's the
yeah. There's a 3 instead of the E. Vineet, where can people find you?
People can find me on my Instagram. It's Vineet Kumar Arts, and on Twitter also by the same name.
Right. Okay. Plus you have your own Artstation, right?
Yeah, I do have my. It's the same name.
Yes.
It's Vineet Kumar.
Yes. All the links to your Twitters and your channels and your Artstations are in the description of this video, so everyone can check it out. I want to thank you, Mark and Vineet, for being my guests today.
Thank you.
And special thanks to the chat for everyone who showed up and who asked questions and who watched and who backed and who shared and who liked. We love you all.
Yeah, they are the real heroes.
Yes. Yes, they are. Okay. Mike says, make sure you hold a huge closeout stream for your Puff 10. I'll try, man. Okay, guys. This was it. Was it for now? I have another drink with Brink on Sunday, the normal day, right? And I'll be here tomorrow also with Triple D, the new show Triple D with Dave, and David. I hope to see you guys then. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.